1080p stream that needs to be 3000 to 6000 kilobits per second. Now we can go above, but you really don't want to be going below these numbers for a decent looking reliable stream. So in this case here, we're going to be doing a 1080p live stream through to YouTube. So I'm going to set this to 5000 kilobits per second because I know my internet speed is good enough. So that's the video quality. We can also make changes to the audio quality here as well. Now I would recommend that you're not going less than 128. The default here was 160. That's going to give you pretty good results. 192 right up to 320 will give you higher quality audio. So if you're going to be broadcasting live with music and those sorts of things and you want to have the highest quality through, then you're going to want to pick a higher quality bitrate for your audio as well. Personally, I think anything from 160 to 256 is going to give you great results. But if you're only just speaking in your live stream, then you'll be able to get away with 160. So those are your live streaming settings. If you do want to also be recording or you just want to use OBS for recording, and that's where your settings down here, you can key all of those in. The main ones being your recording format. You can see the default here is MKV. You might want to switch it to an MP4 or an MOV file. And then you'll also want to adjust your recording quality. So in a lot of cases, you want to actually record a higher quality video than the one that you're streaming out. So higher than 5000 kilobits per second in this case. So we can choose a high quality medium file size or one of the other options in here as well. For this next area here, audio is where obviously if we need to dive into some audio settings. Now there's really only a couple in here that you need to look at. The rest are going to be fine by default. The first one is your channels. By default, you want to have this set to stereo unless you specifically need to be broadcasting in mono or surround sound, 2.1, 5.1 surround sound. So for most people, you don't want to leave this at stereo for most live streams or most recorded videos. But the one that you really want to check in here is your primary audio source, which is your mic auxiliary audio, not audio 2, 3, or 4, to the first one here. And you want to change this from default to your actual microphone that you've got connected to your computer or to your camera, which is connected to your computer. So in this case, I'm going to set it to the CamLink 4K because the microphone I'm using is going to be directly connected to my CamLink, which is connected to my Panasonic GH4. So for audio, I want it coming through the CamLink. Now, even if the default setting here, off default, is using your correct microphone because of your system settings, I would still strongly recommend that you're manually setting this to your actual microphone just so that you don't have any issues down the track. But this next one down here, video, this is where we get to specify all of our video related settings for the quality, for the frame rate of the live stream that we're going to be creating, both here in OBS and also to whatever we're going to be pushing out to YouTube in this case, or even to be recorded. The two of them don't actually need to be the same. So you could actually be working from a higher resolution project in OBS, but broadcasting out to YouTube or recording a video file in a lower scaled resolution. And that's what we get to specify in here. So the default here is that our base canvas resolution, our OBS resolution, is at 1920 by 1080, which is 1080p, but the default is saying that we're going to be broadcasting, our output is 720p, 1280 by 720. So I'm going to hit this little drop down arrow and I'm going to switch this to 1920 by 1080. Now you do have the ability in here to pick other resolutions, or you can actually just type in a custom resolution as well. So you see that there's nothing that goes above 1920 by 1080. But if you want to broadcast in 4K, then you could actually type in the resolution numbers for 4K and you would be good to go. So we're going to go 1920 by 1080 and we're going to leave our frame rate here at 30 frames per second. This next one